You're watching the JCC Spotlight. Here's a look at what's coming soon to the Jean Cocteau Cinema.
On February 2nd, we open the digital restoration of Ichi the Killer by Takashi Miike. And I think it's one of his most well-known films because of its cult following. And we just had Blade of the Immortal, which is his spectacular 100th feature film. So everybody who came for Blade of the Immortal is going to get a chance to see Ichi the Killer restored digitally in DCP.
Lover for a Day is a story of a girl who moves back home with her father, and he's dating a woman her own age. Director Philippe Garrel, he actually cast his real daughter, Esther, who played Timothée Chalamet's girlfriend in the Oscar-nominated film Call Me By Your Name. It's beautifully shot and kind of an exploration of relationships and a really beautiful French film that premiered at Festival de Cannes, and we find it really important to play some French films as we are the Jean Cocteau Cinema.
T'as jamais fait l'amour comme ça pour plaisir? Jamais. On dirait un frère.
Jeanne et Ariane étaient liées par leur secret.
Have a Nice Day is an animated feature directed by Lou Jean, and it took him about 3 years to make it, and he made the picture nearly by himself, and it was even forced out of competition from a Chinese film festival with pressure from the Chinese government. It's very timely, and it's going to be the only theater in the area that's showing it. We'll be here at Jean Cocteau, so we're very excited for people to come and connect with this picture.
钱呢？我对商铺投资没兴趣，我不买房，谢谢你。
The Female Brain is directed by Whitney Cummings, who's the co-creator of Two Broke Girls and was co-writer of Chelsea Lately. And it's also co-written by Neil Brennan, the co-creator of The Chappelle Show. He's very funny. And it's a really delightful comedy featuring Sofia Vergara and Blake Griffin, along with a lot of other great comedic actors, really kind of exploring the differences between the male and the female brain.
Knowing your brain makes life so much easier. Even though people can be complicated, nobody can deny our ability to get back up.
Yeah.
You just said yeah 9 times.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, sure.
I think you're a physical marvel.
I see, and she throws jelly. Jelly's not really something you catch. Jelly's something you eat. Yeah, of course
here we
I'm
go.
ready.
Those were 2 peppers in a bag.
It was like catching nunchucks.
So, If a Tree Falls is a documentary from 2011 by Marshall Curry, and it centers on ELF, which is Earth Liberation Front. And they're eco-terrorists or environmental activists, depending on how somebody looks at it. And I think Santa Feans are going to really reconnect with this picture. And we're doing it as part of Oscilloscope's 10th anniversary. And Jean Cocteau is partnering with them for a giveaway of swag, including hats, hoodies, or Oscilloscope lab coat. So please do come out for If a Tree Falls.
Eco-terrorism.
Eco-terrorist. Eco-terrorism.
Environmental terrorism.
The police were amping up their presence, and people's views got hardened.
This is what we want you to do. We want you to wear a wire.
You don't have to be Bonnie and Clyde to be a bank robber, and you don't have to be Al-Qaeda to be a terrorist.
No one got hurt, no one was injured, and yet I'm facing life plus 335 years. I'm not suggesting that the path of destruction is the right path. When you're screaming at the top of your lungs and no one hears you, what are you supposed to do?
The old adage that one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter is true.
The Cage Fighter is a documentary that premiered at South by Southwest, and it's executive produced by a local woman, Andrea Merech, who was the executive producer of the film Buck, which won the Audience Award at Sundance. The Cage Fighter is a really beautifully shot documentary by Jeff Urey. It reads more of as a narrative with the story than as a true doc.
The question is this actually moving into something called post-concussion syndrome?
I know you want this fight. You're just not ready.
I don't think this is ever gonna end.
I need to close that book.
What happens if you get hurt?
Something has to be wrong with us. I don't want to give it up. What's the most important thing to me? When do you know when you're done?
So we're really excited leading up to the Oscars to be bringing back Dunkirk. Chris Nolan has a special connection with the Jean Cocteau and George R.R. Martin. And we had a really great run of it over the summer on 35 millimeter. If you haven't seen it yet, or you're looking to refresh before the Oscars, certainly make it out for Dunkirk here. We begin that on the 23rd of February.
You can practically see it from here.
What?
Home.
And then The Square is up for the Best Foreign Film Oscar. And that won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. And it's a very strange film that sends up the bourgeoisie art world of Sweden. It centers around a curator. And although it's strange and different, it's also the kind of film that audiences continue to talk about for the rest of the night. I think after people see this, they may want to plan to go out for a cocktail or a dinner and discuss the film they've just seen.
How often would you say that you take women that you don't know very well and have sex with them? You know their names?
Yeah.
So what's my name?
The Square er en frizone, hvor tillid og omsorg råder. I den har vi alle lige rettigheder og forpligtelser.
Some others include two films starring Isabelle Huppert, and those are Souvenir and the Hong Sang-soo film Claire's Camera. So if you love Isabelle Huppert, which we certainly do here at Jean Cocteau, do make sure to get out to those in March.
Thank you for watching our first JCC Spotlight. Be sure to tune in next month to see what's on deck. For more information, please visit JeanCocteauCinema.com.